Hey everybody, Brian Miller, Small Town Movie Watcher, and I just got done watching Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Based on a J.K. Rowling's book within a book, I want to say. She later went on to write the book, that's that. It takes place in 1920s, mid-1920s, about magic. The only connections to Harry Potter's world is that there's Newt Scamander, who wrote Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and mention of Albus Dumbledore and the bad guy in future movies, Grindelwald, and magic. So outside of that, this movie is a complete standalone movie to the Harry Potter franchise. The movie follows this guy right here, Newt, Eddie Redmayne, and trying to capture a couple of his creatures that got away. But he doesn't. He's also being accused of killing No-Maj. In the United States, those are people with no magic. But instead of what we know them as Muggles in the Harry Potter world, so now we have No-Maj. So we get this roaring adventure of 2 hours and 15 minutes for this PG-13 movie, where he's trying to capture some of his animals that got away. There's a cute little platypus guy. There's a cute little twig guy. There's a beautiful looking, I don't know what he is. He's like a sphinx thing. Not a sphinx. What's the guy that's like part lion and part eagle? Anyway, there's one of those, and they're pretty good. So anyway, the movie follows Newt, him, and his new friends, these people, like this person also, and it follows them on trying to capture them. It's kind of almost, you get an inkling by watching it that it's got this feel of how Harry Potter was. They kind of hinted upon it in the Harry Potter world, and Grindelwald wanted this pure blood magic, and so Voldemort was doing the same thing. So you kind of get the hints of that in this movie, and that's probably where this franchise is going to be going. Kind of a I would say it's an early retelling of Harry Potter. So the good things. I think that the magic was really good. I think if you compared this movie to the original Harry Potter movie, you'd be like, oh my gosh, the graphics, the computer generation of stuff really has taken off, and it's been awesome. I think that the acting was good. I am not a huge Eddie Redmayne fan. I'm definitely not a Ezra Miller fan. But I think that Eddie Redmayne did a great job in this movie, kind of playing this shy, put-out type of character that doesn't really want any accolades, and he just wants you to understand that there's these creatures out in the world and that it's our responsibilities to take care of them. Like I said, the graphics were good. I think the scenery was magnificent. You had me believing that they were in the 1920s, United States, Manhattan, and just, it was really awesome. The scenery was great. I think they introduced a couple of new things that you didn't know in the Harry Potter world, and kind of strengthened that future in a sense. So, with that, what's the bad things? What are the bad things? I think that they tried really hard to say, okay, 1920s, the wizarding world was very liberal and very different from the human world. But I have a hard time believing in that, and I gotta believe that there are things about the wizarding world that would mirror what's happening in the 1920s. But I don't know. I think that they took liberties with that, but it's fiction, so they can do whatever liberties they want. But I mean, there wasn't too many bad things that I would say that was horrible. That don't ever watch this movie, because I think it was a really good movie. Because we need 2 weeks in a row of magic. Week 1, Doctor Strange. Week 2, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So it leaves us to, should you go watch this movie? The answer is yes. You should go out and watch the movie. I caught it on Monday night at a matinee, mostly because I was traveling over the weekend. So I caught it Monday night at a matinee, and it was a good movie. I think it was worth my money to get the popcorn, to get the pop, to sit down and enjoy it. For the most part, I was alone in the theater, which was fantastic. I like going to the theater with my wife. I like going to the theater with my boys. But when I get to go by myself and just sit there and take it all in, that's the best. So, Brian Miller, Small Town Movie Watcher, and I just got done watching Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I do believe that this is a movie you should get lost in. So go out, find it at your local theater, and enjoy. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you again soon.